Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is Roman, the true football fan, with you guys today, and this is my 2014 NFL Mock Draft 1.0. This video will be my first 10 picks of the 2014 NFL Draft, the players that I put down and where I see fit best. They go from the Houston Texans, Rams, Jaguars, Browns at 4, Oakland Raiders at 5, Falcons 6, Buccaneers 7, Vikings 8, Bills 9, and Detroit Lions 10. So, without further ado, I am Roger Goodell, and with the first pick overall in the 2014 NFL Mock Draft 1.0 by yours truly, Roman, the true football fan, is Teddy Bridgewater, quarterback out of Louisville. Now, if you go to my channel, you will see a NFL Draft Projections breakdown of Teddy Bridgewater. And a lot of people are really, not looking at this kid as a good prospect to be taken first overall. And if you've seen film of this guy can throw, it's great pocket presence, his vision down the field, his knowledge of the game is great. He's a great player. His throwing motion is a little awkward, and he's a little bit smaller in the body type wise. But, the guy can play, and he fits best with Houston. Bill O'Brien's coming in. They need to get another QB just to get things fresh and moving. Their defensive line is fine. They don't need Jadeveon Clowney. Johnny Manziel doesn't fit best there, and Blake Bortles doesn't fit best there. Take Teddy Bridgewater, and he will do wonders with Andre Johnson, DeAndre Hopkins, Owen Daniels, and Arian Foster. That team is built more of a balanced type of offense with run and pass, and bringing in Bridgewater will make it that much better. With the second pick overall in the 2014 NFL Mock Draft 1.0, we have Greg Robinson, offensive tackle out of Auburn. Now, Greg Robinson, this guy is huge. This guy is a big guy. This guy can block about anybody he wanted to. We'll see what happens once he gets drafted. But this guy is huge. This guy has great length. His wingspan is incredible. He can block probably 2 players at once if he wanted, as long as he had the strength. I'm interested to see how he fits best, and I hope he goes to the Rams because that is where he fits. Why? Because the Rams' offensive line this past season was putrid. It was disgusting. It was horrible. And, if they want to get their offense moving with Zach Stacy, Tavon Austin, Stedman Bailey getting it, more receptions now, a couple other receivers as well. They need to start with their offensive line. Sam Bradford's coming off an ACL tear, and Sam Bradford is probably the guy that's best for St. Louis, but their offense never really had a run game, never really had a receiving core, and has never had an offensive line. Now, if they bring in Greg Robinson in the draft, he will definitely do wonders for this team. With the third pick overall in the 2014 NFL Mock Draft 1.0, the Jacksonville Jaguars select Darqueze Dennard, cornerback out of Michigan State. Now, I showed a lot of my friends this today, a lot of my football friends this today, and they were surprised. They were like, Darqueze Dennard? Why do they go for Jadeveon Clowney? Yes, the Jaguars got absolutely torched. They got torched on the outside all season, and they need to bring in the best corner coming into the draft. A lot of people can debate that Justin Gilbert is the best, but I believe Darqueze Dennard is the best fit for the Jacksonville Jaguars. He definitely has the wingspan, to block passes, to cover receivers. He's a very fast kid. I'm really excited to see him come into the NFL. We'll see what he can do at the Combine. He fits best with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Don't bring in Clowney. Clowney doesn't fit best there. They've already got a good defensive line and linebacking core. They need to focus on their outside game and their safety deep downfield. So start with Darqueze Dennard. Come back and get a safety. Don't worry about the offense right now. If they bring back MJD, your offense is fine. That is not the problem. The defense is the worst. And to bring in a corner like Darqueze Dennard, it will do wonders for this team. With the fourth overall pick in the 2014 NFL Mock Draft 1.0, the Cleveland Browns select Blake Bortles, quarterback, UCF. Now, a lot of people have Johnny Manziel going here. And if Blake Bortles and Johnny Manziel on the board, Cleveland Browns will probably go with Johnny Manziel because he's, more known. Now, Blake Bortles, I finally got to watch film of this guy over the past 2 weeks, and I have to say, this kid's freaking good. This kid reminds me a lot. If I can compare him to an NFL quarterback now, he reminds me so much of Ben Roethlisberger. It's ridiculous. He has that pocket presence about him. He's got that height. He's got that elusiveness, that escapability. He's really big. He's a really good guy. I mean, he's got that. What does he have? He's got perfect. Hang on, listen. Perfect passes. He's so accurate. He can hit any receiver he wanted downfield. And watching film of him made me excited to see this guy come play. He fits best with Cleveland because their outside game with Josh Gordon, Greg Little, and Cameron Jordan are going to be great. And I think he fits best with Cleveland. They're more of a passing type of team. They don't really have a run game. They'll probably want to go after running back later in the draft, but start with Blake Bortles right now. With the 5th pick overall in the 2014 NFL Mock Draft 1.0, the Oakland Raiders select Sammy Watkins, wide receiver from out of Clemson. Now, a lot of people want Jadeveon Clowney to go here as well. The Raiders have no receiver. The Raiders have absolutely no receiver. And Sammy Watkins is the best in the draft. Watching this guy play for the past few years at Clemson, I've never seen such great plays, such speed, such elusiveness. A lot of people said that about Tavon Austin, but Sammy Watkins brings a lot more to the table, and just as much as Tavon Austin speed-wise. So this guy, he fits best with Oakland. That offense is becoming a more of a speedy type of offense with Darren McFadden if he stays healthy. If they keep Terrell Pryor at quarterback, if they bring in Sammy Watkins, that offense is going to be built around speed. Their defensive line really wasn't, the greatest, but it's definitely something they could focus on later in the draft. There's plenty of defensive ends and defensive linemen coming into the draft. Let's start with Watkins. Now, will he do well with Terrell Pryor? I think so. I think he's going to do great. I hope he gets picked up. I hope they don't go with Clowney. Go with Sammy Watkins. Now, with the 6th pick overall in the 2014 NFL Mock Draft 1.0, the Atlanta Falcons select none other than Jadeveon Clowney, defensive lineman out of South Carolina. Jadeveon Clowney can play the linebacker position as well, but he fits best at the defensive line. Why does he fit best with the Falcons? Why does he? Because the Atlanta Falcons pass rush this past season was awful. I've never seen such awful pass rushing in my life. And to bring in a guy like Clowney, the best D lineman in the game, or the best D lineman coming in to the NFL, I think Jadeveon Clowney is going to do wonders for this team on the field, but he really needs to focus on the field by being on the field and not focusing on off the field issues. I'm sorry I'm screwed up. My voice is completely shot. So Clowney fits best. I mean, I really think he's a little overrated. I really don't see why everyone's hyping this guy to go #1 overall. He had awful numbers this past season, but he can probably bounce back this coming season with the Atlanta Falcons, hopefully. So, with the 7th overall pick in the 2014 NFL Mock Draft, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers select Khalil Mack, linebacker out of Buffalo. Now, Khalil Mack, this kid's big. He's got some big arms. He can really do some damage if he wanted to punch someone in the face. Does he fit best with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? Yes. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers have already addressed their safety and cornerback issues with Darrelle Revis and Deshaun Goldson. Now, the defensive line isn't the best either, but I can't really name one star player on their linebacking core. I'm probably forgetting one. I didn't really pay attention to the Buccaneers this season besides their offense and Darrelle Revis, but Khalil Mack is going to fit best here. They need a linebacker. They need someone who can get inside. He's probably the best linebacker coming into the draft. You can make a case for Anthony Barr out of UCLA, but Khalil Mack definitely fits best here. He'll be going from a cold Buffalo to a warm Tampa Bay. I'm sure he'll enjoy that. And the Buccaneers need to focus on defense this draft. Stay with Mike Glennon for another year. You're coming in with Lovie Smith. Lovie Smith has coached pretty good defenses when he did coach with the Bears. So we'll see how things go with Khalil Mack, hopefully, on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who is the linebacker out of Buffalo. Now, with the 8th overall pick in the 2014 NFL Mock Draft 1.0, the Minnesota Vikings select none other than Johnny Football himself, Johnny Manziel. Johnny Manziel fits so well in this offense, I can't even express it enough. That offense is built around speed. On the outside, the run game, the offensive line, the receivers, all over the field. Even their tight end is pretty quick, Kyle Rudolph. I mean, he fits so well here, and I hope he gets picked by the Vikings, and I hope the Vikings possibly trade up to get him. They need him. They need him. They don't need Bortles. They don't need Bridgewater. They need Manziel. Bridgewater balances out in Houston. That's where Bridgewater belongs. Bortles, perfect for Cleveland. Perfect for the AFC North type of style quarterback. Johnny Manziel fits well because he's a speedster. He can throw the ball. He's got great pocket presence. He's got elusiveness. He's got everything you could want in a quarterback. He's not the tallest on the field. I understand that. But Russell Wilson was just the shortest quarterback ever to win the Super Bowl. I'm not saying Johnny Manziel is going to win a Super Bowl with Minnesota, but he can definitely do wonders for this team. With Adrian Peterson in the backfield, Greg Jennings, and Cordarrelle Patterson showing signs of brightness throughout the entire season, this team is going to do great if they pick up Johnny Manziel. With the 9th pick overall in the 2014 NFL Mock Draft 1.0, the Buffalo Bills select Anthony Barr, linebacker out of UCLA. Perfect. Perfect. The Bills' defense could be a little bit better on the outside and deep game with the safeties and cornerback position, and they could have focused a little bit more on the offensive line by picking up Jake Matthews. But the thing is, Anthony Barr and Kiko Alonso was almost Rookie of the Year, keep in mind. And to bring in Anthony Barr, oh my goodness, that is going to be unreal. Anthony Barr is a big dude. You can see in this picture right here, he's very fast, he's strong, he's got that swim move. He's a very good player. He's got great charisma. He's a great character. He's a great player to watch. I watched him play ASU. I watched him play U of A. I've seen him play all season, this past season. He's a great player, and I'm really excited to see him come into the draft. Will he fit best with Buffalo? Yes. Do they need to address the linebacking core first? Probably not, but they should definitely take him because he's a very good player and he can definitely make that linebacking core better for the next few years. My final pick of the day, with the 10th pick in the 2014 NFL Mock Draft 1.0, the Detroit Lions select Justin Gilbert, cornerback out of Oklahoma State. Now, Justin Gilbert, he has been talked about as being the best corner coming into the draft. Do I agree with that statement? Not necessarily. I think Darqueze Dennard definitely stays the best corner in the draft, and Justin Gilbert is barely behind him. He's a great player. Why does he fit best with the Lions? Well, just like the Jacksonville Jaguars, they got torched on defense. I mean, it was awful. I mean, you saw receivers running up and down the field against these guys. I mean, when Tony Romo can throw to Dez Bryant, and Dez Bryant can catch a one-handed catch in the back of the end zone and keep both his feet in, you know there's a problem at the cornerback position. They definitely need to address their defense on the outside and their deep game more. Their offense isn't necessarily the issue. Matthew Stafford's fine. Reggie Bush is great. Calvin Johnson's great. And they also need to address the receiver position. If they can trade up to get a receiver later on in the first round by dropping a pick in the second round, they need to come up and get Marquise Lee or another receiver. But Marquise Lee is the other best receiver besides Sammy Watkins. So, anyways, that is the top 10 picks I have for you guys. I will definitely be bringing you picks 11 through 20 later on this week. I'm getting extremely busy lately. I've got FBLA regionals coming up on Saturday. I've got baseball starting on Monday, and with no football, there's lots of free time on Sunday. So I'll see what I can do. I'm definitely going to be trying to bring videos more often. It's something I love to do. I love talking football. I am a true football fan, like my name states. I'm sorry if I stuttered a little bit or messed up a little bit. My voice is completely shot. I've been practicing my speech all week for FBLA, and I just really wanted to get this done before I forgot about it and I got too busy and caught up in other things with school. So thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed. What do you think about my mock draft 1.0? I'll have the list down in the description below so you can see, so you don't have to go back and rewatch the video. But I believe I have a very good mock draft. I think everyone fits well with where I have them going. I think Bridgewater deserves to go #1 overall. I don't know why his draft stock is falling. He's a great player. I really like the guy. I've been watching him for 2 years now. He's a great player. So, just a few questions for you guys. Who do you think will go #1 overall in the draft? Where do you think Jadeveon Clowney will fall in the draft? What about Blake Bortles and Johnny Manziel? Tell me down in the comments below. Tell me what you want to see more. Tell me what you want to fix. I really enjoy making these videos for you guys. And to enjoy more great content from me, Roman, the true football fan, hit that subscribe button. You know, it really helps me out. It really shows me what people are watching my videos. I've got loads of views on my Johnny Manziel and Teddy Bridgewater draft projections. I'll drop a link for those videos down in the description below if you want to check those out. I go pretty in depth on each player, and then I'll have Blake Bortles later on within the next week and a half, as long as I don't get too busy and caught up, like I've stated before. So hit that subscribe button. It's very, very shiny. If you like shiny things, hit that subscribe button. If you enjoyed the video and you liked the video, go ahead and drop a like button. Hit that like button. If you absolutely hated this video and cannot fathom my voice or anything else in this video, please hit that dislike button. It would be greatly appreciated. And leave a comment below on everything I asked you about. Does Teddy Bridgewater deserve to go #1 overall? Who will go #1 overall? Where will Jadeveon Clowney fall? Where will Johnny Manziel fall? And Blake Bortles as well. Once again, this is Roman, the True Football Fan. Hope you guys enjoyed. Have a great day.